All right, folks, here we are, cruising toward Election Day, and you know what that means? Yup, the market's about to turn into a circus tent where every big player is betting on who'll grab the top seat. Tom Lee's back in the headlines with his election market predictions and some, let's say, highly strategic buys that he thinks we should all know about. Today, we're talking about three things that are just oozing with potential, or maybe just irony. First up, we've got the latest stats on previous election cycles and what they did to the market, aka the "Does history really repeat itself?" portion. Second, Tom Lee's latest genius predictions. He's breaking down sectors that could soar depending on who wins. And finally, we're diving deep into the world of Trump's Truth Social, which is definitely keeping things interesting. Is it a buy or a bet? We're talking hot ideas, juicy catalysts, and insider trades that may or may not make you feel like you've got the stock gods on speed dial. But hey, don't forget to do your own homework here. If you're going to play bold with the market, make sure you know the risks. All right, let's dive into it. Now, you've probably seen Tom Lee talk about these betting odds, especially if you've been lurking around Polymarket. And oh boy, are they showing some love for Trump these days? Right now, Polymarket's giving Trump a solid 65% chance and Kamala Harris around 35%. The polls, though, have them neck and neck. So, who do you believe? The trusted polls or the people throwing real money on the line? Look, in my book, betting odds beat polls any day of the week. Polls are basically the horoscopes of politics, entertaining, easy to bring up at awkward family dinners, but not exactly great for making actual decisions. Betting odds, on the other hand, that's real cash on the table, folks. People betting here don't care who looks good on TV, they care about winning. And trust me, those betting millions aren't exactly in the business of losing. So, Tom Lee's got this interesting little chart that shows which sectors could soar if Trump or Harris takes the lead. If Trump's odds keep ticking up, Tom's bullish on, get ready for it, regional banks, Bitcoin, small caps, and a nice helping of real estate. Meanwhile, if Harris pulls ahead, we're looking at energy, tech, and industrials getting a boost. But why? Well, Lee's theory is that Trump's win means big bucks for financials and construction with low rates, lower taxes, and a healthy disregard for pesky regulations. Because, let's face it, the last thing a big bank or real estate firm wants is regulation cramping their style. Now, with Harris, it's all about energy and tech, especially since big tech's pretty much insulated from this inflation crisis. They've been eating up their smaller competitors who can't survive these high interest rates. So with more time in office, we're looking at a potential tech monopoly buffet. Big tech probably isn't too worried, unless the antitrust lawsuits start flying. But that's a story for another day. Now, Lee's betting big on small caps if Trump wins. Why? Small cap companies are mostly US-centric, so they'd benefit from Trump's "let's keep it all in America" policies. Add some tax cuts, deregulation, and maybe a little infrastructure spending, and suddenly small businesses are living their best life. Plus, small caps love an economic boom, which is what Trump's promising if he gets another 4 years. And then we've got the cyclicals, financials, regional banks, and industrials. These guys would probably be popping champagne with tax cuts, deregulation, and infrastructure projects. Plus, Trump's pro-business stance could mean an easier lending environment for banks, especially those small regional ones, which really feel the pinch of regulation. Let's not forget about the coin of the realm, Bitcoin. Under Trump, the thinking goes, Bitcoin could finally get its day in the sun. He's openly supportive of the crypto world, and if he fills the SEC with people who aren't crypto shy, we might actually see Bitcoin breathe a little easier. Right now, crypto's thriving in spite of the government's best efforts to keep it down, but give it a friendlier administration. Could be fireworks. All right, some quick numbers for you. Historically, the S&P 500 gains about 0.7% the day after an election, mostly because uncertainty finally takes a hike. But if we don't get a clear winner this year, which is totally possible, by the way, that little boost might take its sweet time showing up. And if there's one thing the market loves, it's certainty. When that's lacking, look out below. Also, fun fact, when we switch parties in the White House, the S&P usually drops 2.5% in the first 3 months post-election. But if Trump wins, we're in unique territory because we already know his playbook: tax cuts, deregulation, and lots of infrastructure talk. Now, I know you're all itching to hear about Truth Social, aka DJT stock. Yeah, Trump's platform is actually a massive part of his net worth. He's got around 57% of the shares. So what happens to DJT stock if he wins? Well, let's just say if Trump's in the Oval Office, Truth Social will be like the White House press office, his direct line to the people. DJT stock would probably ride that wave straight up. Now, if Trump doesn't win, well, that's a different story. The stock could get slapped hard if Trump's influence wanes without the presidential spotlight. So, this stock is basically a bet on Trump's brand power, which is either going to skyrocket or, let's say, get a little wobbly. All right, that's your election market rundown. Whether you're bullish on banks or loading up on Bitcoin, the election's bringing some serious drama to the market, and I, for one, am here for the entertainment value alone. And for my American listeners, do your civic duty. Get out there and vote. It's the bare minimum. You've got a voice. Might as well use it. Whether you're cheering for the VP or the former president, just go make your mark. Until next time, keep your eyes on the market and don't forget, sometimes the most profitable moves are just waiting in the shadows. Catch you all in the next one.